All right, hey guys, here we are. Winter Major here for the Expert Division. Going to take a look at these holes here first time, and I'm thinking about going over here to the right-hand side here. So, something along the lines of this, and maybe dialing back on the top spin just a bit, just to be just a little bit more, not the top spin, but the power. So you're going to see that I'm going to try to do this a little controlled, just to make sure that we wind up through here. You can see I probably went somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 rings, and the great ball, it looks like the great ball is going to end up costing me. So otherwise, 5 rings is a little bit of an overplay, but I was doing it with wind effect, 4 wind effect. And you can see with things like a POC 4 or, it's just these lower accuracy clubs, just a little bit tough, accuracy is only in the 60s. So you got to be a little bit careful. Once you get into the, a POC 5, a POC 6, a POC 7, that would have definitely held the fairway with that exact same shot. And you can see I'm barely in the rough. So what I'll probably end up doing, I'll just end up, pitching out to the side there. So let's take a look. Looks like my opponent's very similar. Looks like also. And that looked a little bit more aggressive than mine, farther. I don't think you really got to hit it down there that far. Now, one of the things that you'll see, I can probably, it doesn't really matter. I'm still within range here. There's a decent amount of uphill here. So I would think if I was going to play this shot, typically I might play 1.6 per ring. I probably won't even go that much this time. So 5 rings may be just a little bit heavy. I'm thinking somewhere along the lines of that with no wind effect at all. Not even playing the wind effect. But you may want to, when you're landing on those hills, you may want to play some wind effect there. But all I'm going to do here is we're just going to pitch out. And we're going to play from where we would have, so we don't have to waste this guide. And then you can see, that's one of the main reasons that you can see that I was trying to keep my power down. I wanted to avoid having this happen. But for my first adjustment, I just want to get some bearings straight, see what, a lot of times seeing those misses and how they actually happen helps you to not do them again. So it's nice to know the tolerance that you have to play around with. So you can see with giving these clubs, had I did that same shot within a POC 5, a POC 6, we would have probably still been fine. It would have just held up in the fairway. So when you're foregoing that little bit of extra accuracy, that's where you run into the problem. Now, typically, anytime I land on you can see that the green is at a higher elevation than the fairway is. So anytime that I'm landing on kind of like a sloped hill, you'll see that I typically use some sort of off. And you can see I didn't quite make it. That's crazy. So I guess because I didn't overpower enough. So you'll have to know how to play this with like a Grizzly B52 or Sniper. You'll need to know kind of both shots just in case you get into some shots of either. So there's a chance that you'll wind up in either situation. So you'll want to know how to play both. And the Sniper should come in a little bit lower, shouldn't need quite as much wind effect. So you'll see that I'm only playing it just a little bit short into the right. With the iron, you're going to have to do more than this. Now we're down close to the min value, so I'm only going to go 5.5 rings here. Very early. Still playing in master mode. So you can see I'm early on my timing, so it's going to shoot over to the right. But with perfect ball, definitely a good chance that it's going to, be in there. Pretty good opportunity to make this one for eagle. With that, you can see the wind needle's almost straight. It's just a little bit to the left. But I do think, you're going to be able to give this one a good go. So the biggest key there is going to be just keeping it in fairway and, finding that fairway. Best tip I have just kind of lay off that power. You really don't need to blast it down there. If I'm at min sniper or max B52, it really shouldn't matter. What I should be doing is I should be focusing on getting it out to that same spot or very similar, wherever I want to play from. That's the amount of power that I'll need to use. So if you want to lay back even farther and just play to mid sniper each and every time, use no power. If you want to just, if you have power 4 options, or, just want to kind of gently power it just a little bit more and get it up to that grizzly to go for the iron shot, keep in mind you're going to have to play more wind effect with the iron than you will with the wood because the trajectory is a little bit different. But you should be able to do either or and just try to hone in on that adjustment. So keep that in mind. Good luck, and I'll see you guys on 2.